ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು ಸರ್. ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿನಿಸುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇತ್ತು.
So Mrs. Geetha Shivkumar would see all these farmers selling the Avarekai, but ella sale ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
So it is a very perishable bean. They used to throw it in the garbage. So that's when my mom realized why to waste that bean. So she told the farmers, by the evening if you're not able to sell it, give it to me.
ಇದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ರೈತರು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಅದೇ, ರೈತರು ಬದುಕವ್ರೆ.
ಅವರೆಕಾಳು ಹನಿ ಜಿಲೇಬಿ.
The Avarekai honey jalebi. Fantastic. I love that bite of that halwa.
Yes.
I can see plenty of the Avarekai peeping out from within the confines of that bun.
This is crispy bean.
It looks like a tempura of sort, like a Japanese tempura.
Yes.
With the hitkid bele sambar, saru. The dosae is quite mild, quite gentle, quite papa. But that saru is almost like a rowdy with his chili heat. So ಇದು ಮಗಡಿದು ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ.
ಮಗಡಿ ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ.
ಸೊ ಏನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ?
ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು.
ಸೊ ಇದು ಟಾಪ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ಸೊಗಡು ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು.
ಸೊ ಸೊಗಡು ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ ಬರೀ ಈ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಗಡಿ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ ಸೊಗಡು ಇರೋದು.
ಮಣ್ಣದು ಸ್ಮೆಲ್.
ಅದು ಸೊಗಡು ಇರೋದು ಕಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು.
Fantastic. Well, we are here in ನಮ್ಮ Bengaluru, ನಮ್ಮ ಊರು, in the early part of January, and that can only mean one thing, that it's time for the AVAREBELE MELA. So I'm here with Lokesh, who's farming this Avarekai in Magadi, and most importantly, I'm here with Mrs. Geetha Shivkumar and with Swati as well, who've been bringing to us the AVAREBELE MELA for the last 24 years. And sometimes when things happen over a period of time, year after year, you sometimes forget how it began.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು ಸರ್. ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿನಿಸುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸೋದು, ಇಷ್ಟು ಐಟಮ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. 2,000-3,000 kg ನಾವು ಫ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಅವರೆಕಾಯಿ. ಸೊಗಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಗಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಹೌದು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆ ಟೇಸ್ಟೇ ಬೇರೆ, ಆ ವಾಸನೆ ಸುವಾಸನೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಪೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಕಾಯಿ ಅವರೆಕಾಳು. ಚಿತ್ರಾನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದನ್ನೇ ಹಾಕೋದು.
ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ
ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನೆಸಿ ಸುಲಿದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತರ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿರೋರು ಹೆಂಗಸರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೈ ತುಂಬ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲಸ. ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ condiments-ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Fantastic. So I was introduced to the AVAREBELE MELA about 3 years ago. Exactly. And that's when I learnt of a very interesting story in terms of how this began. So Mrs. Geetha Shivkumar would see all these people, the farmers, selling the Avarekai, and what they typically do is, because it's a cumbersome process to peel open the bean and extract that hitkit bele, they would remove it and keep that hitkit bele for sale. Yeah. But ella sale ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
So it is a very perishable bean. So if it is not sold on the same day or used on the same day, it will start smelling. So you can't use it for the next day. So what they used to do is they used to throw it in the garbage and go if they're not sold on the same day. So that's when my mom realized why to waste that bean. So she told the farmers, by the evening if you're not able to sell it, give it to me.
Fantastic.
So we will make something out of it. So that is when she started making these savouries and other things.
And avaga maneyalli.
Mane.
Huh?
Correct. It was
So
in
there was no shop.
It was Shree Vasavi Condiments. It was in Mavalli, Mane allene. It was a rented house and she was doing bit by herself.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that is how it started. And ಅದು ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ people started liking the taste and people started knowing about it. So that's when more and more farmers started coming and giving it to us. And that's how it started.
And like they say, the rest is history. So of course today we are here at the National College grounds in Basavanagudi, Bengaluru, where over the next 4 days there's going to be a celebration of the Avarekalu, the Avarebele. And what's interesting in this initiative, this is the first initiative that I've seen where you also have the Raituru who basically bring the Avarekai to Shree Vasavi Condiments, and their team of cooks and chefs create all these delicacies for Nama Bengaluru to savor.
Correct. Yes, sir. So he is Vasanna. He's also from
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನಾನು ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅವರಲ್ಲ ಈ ಸತಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟನ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವರೇಕಾಯಿ
ಈ ಸಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ
ಇವರು 90-95 ಆಚೆಗೆ
1990
ಈಚೆಗೆ ಇವರು ಒಂದು ಮನೇಲಿ ತಿಂಡಿ ಮನೆ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು. ತಿಂಡಿ ಮನೆ ಆವಾಗ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜನ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾರಿವು ಮಿಕ್ಕೋಗೋದು. ಮಿಕ್ಕೋದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸರಿ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಎಡಸಿಕ್ಕಿರಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವರು 20 ಲೀಟ್ರ್ 10 ಲೀಟ್ರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಫ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 90ರಿಂದ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಬೇಳೆಕಾಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಇದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ರೈತರು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಅದೇ. ರೈತರು ಬದುಕವ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಂಕರೇಜ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, BBMP ಆಗೋದು, ಇವ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಕಿರುಕುಳ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರೈತರು ಬದುಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ರೈತ ಆಗಿ ನಂದು 43 ವರ್ಷದ ಅನುಭವ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆದಷ್ಟು ರೈತರು ಬದುಕ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಇವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾರೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಇವರಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಇವ್ರು ಕಿರುಕುಳ ಕೊಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರೈತರು ಬದುಕ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೂಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ವಿಚ್ ಬಿಗ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು 20-30 ಕಿಲೋ ಆ ಥರ
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತೆಷ್ಟು
30-40 tons. Yes.
Fantastic. So of course this time the scale of the mela is also a lot more.
Exactly. So last time we heard a lot of complaints. We were also not prepared, and we didn't expect that much of people coming in, and we had given a very small place in the ground. So we have doubled the counters and more people and more staff and more live counters, so people shouldn't have to be standing in queues for long times.
Fantastic.
And we don't want people to suffer when eating. They should be enjoying. So we want to give that experience, and people should celebrate this Avarei Mela with the farmers and with us. That's the whole concept about. And last year we had few issues, so we have managed all of that, and we have scaled it up, of course, and we have organized in a better way. And we have washrooms, we have hand washes, we have drinking water facility, we have separate entry for senior citizens. So we have taken care of a lot of things. So hopefully we should be succeeding this time. I hope we don't have any more complaints. I'm very sorry for whatever happened last year. And we have taken all the feedbacks given. I've even went through the comments of all the videos which was posted, and we have taken care of everything.
Fantastic. So it's always good to move on, taking all the learnings from the past and moving forward.
ನಮಗೆ ರೈತರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬು ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತರು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗಣ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕಡು ಬಡ ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಹಾಯ ಹಸ್ತ ನೀಡಬೇಕು.
So basically when you come here, when you visit the Avarebele Mela, you're not just enjoying all the delicious treats on offer, but you're also supporting the farmers. Many times in the West we speak of this concept of farm to fork, but I don't think in India we have had an initiative like this.
Correct, yes.
Wherein you have the farmers who bringing their fare, and the experts here at Shree Vasavi Condiments, their cooks, their butchers, converting this into some delicious
food.
ತಿಂಡಿ.
Yes.
ಸೊ ಏನಿದೆ ಈ ಸತಿ, ಏನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇದೆ?
So ಅವರೆಕಾಳಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. So maybe we can take a look at it or taste ಮಾಡ್ಲೂಬಹುದು. ಹಂಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣವಾ?
ಹೆಲ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾವು ನಾಟಿ ಕೊತ್ತಂಬರಿ ಸೊಪ್ಪು, ಕರಿಬೇವು, ಪುದೀನ, ಸಬ್ಬಕ್ಷಿ ಸೊಪ್ಪು, ಬೆಳ್ಳುಳ್ಳಿ, ಶುಂಠಿ ಯಥೇಚ್ಛವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಏನೇ ಇಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ತಿಂದ್ರೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ವೈಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೊಪ್ಪುಗಳು ತುಂಬ ಸೇರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದ್ರೂ ಏನೇ ತಿಂದ್ರೂ ಅವರು ಇಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು, ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ವಾಸವಿ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ. ಅವರೆಕಾಳು ಹನಿ ಜಿಲೇಬಿ.
The Avarekai honey jalebi. Fantastic. Well, we made a beginning on a sweet note. Time to wander around and see what else is in store for us here at the 24th edition of the AVAREBELE MELA, presented by Shree Vasavi Condiments and the farmers of Magadi. Wonderful. So how many stalls are there this year?
So completely about 45 are only the food stalls.
45 food stalls.
Yeah, so as in we have repeated the same thing, we have 2 to 3 counters so that people don't stand in the queues, and everything is live. And apart from the food counters, there's carnival section for kids to play some games, and there's shopping also this year.
It's like a festival. And of course here we have the Hitkbele honey jalebi, which I already tasted. Mrs. Geetha Shivkumar was kind enough to feed me some, and we also have the bhaji and the chikki.
This is chikki, avarebele pakoda. This is avarebele halwa.
Oh, avarebele halwa.
So taste kodi.
So this is made with the avarebele or the
Hitkin bele.
So how do you decide which one the avarebele goes in, which one the hitkbele goes
So
in?
basically that happens on a research. So you have to do a trial and error. So we try it with both. So whichever tastes better, we do that. Kin bele and it has little bit of kova and sugar.
The avarebele halwa. I can definitely taste the richness of the kova. There's some cardamom that's gone into this.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know, the one quality of the hitkbele,
Goes with the sweets. It goes with spicy both ways.
I think it brings in a bit of starchiness to that reduced milk solid and also the sweetness. So basically the flavors are a little rounded, are a little toned. I quite like this actually. There's also, is this the bele in this?
Yes.
Bele kuda ide idaರಲ್ಲಿ.
The fried bele is like the topping to get that crunchiness.
Maybe one more spoon. Would you like some?
No, thank you. I'm good. Yeah, no, I have been tasting it. No, when I do the research, I do the most of the tasting.
I love that bite of that halwa.
Yes.
Sometimes the halwas are very smooth, but out here there's plenty of texture that you're biting into it. It's creamy, yet it has a bit of that gritty texture that you find interesting.
Yes.
And then of course you also have some of the bele that has been fried.
For that crunchiness, so that tastes better.
And the lingering whiff of the cardamom. Well, there's plenty here. So I think we have to pace ourselves and figure out what we should be tasting.
Avarebele bun.
The avarebele bun. Oh, this is like the palya bun.
Onion bun, yes.
I can see plenty of the avarekadu peeping out from within the confines of that bun. There's also some potatoes in that.
Yes.
Of course, it's a little cold, but I think when it comes to a palya bun, when it comes to bread, you can enjoy it hot, you can enjoy it cold as well. You know, what's nice here is again the creaminess of the potatoes and then that very sharp, defined bite
Of the avarekadu.
of the avarekadu. So I guess the hitkbele will be more delicate,
Correct. Avarekadu is more
more sturdy.
Sturdy, yes.
So basically in preparations where you feel that the hitkbele may just disintegrate, you'll probably use the avarekadu.
Yes, yes, correct.
So for those not in the know, well, the Avarekai refers to the hyacinth bean. Out of that pod comes the Avarekai,
Kalu, yes.
which is basically the bean. And from the Avarekai,
Of the pod, it is called hitakki bele.
and from the kalu becomes a bele when it's split into two. And then when the outer covering is removed, that becomes a hitkit bele. So the atmosphere here is such that you basically pick up whatever you want and just saunter around. Whilst you're eating this, look at the signs and see where you want to go next. What are we tasting next?
Avarebele vade, that is the most famous dish.
Ah, that's a dish that I remember from 3 years ago.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the most famous, the most sold. Everyone likes that.
I also remember the flavor of the sapsige
Sapsige
sappu
sappu.
in that,
Yes.
the dill.
Yes.
Hey, there's some kodupale even here, huh?
Hitkin bele, mosru kot bale this is.
So hitkit bele.
Huh.
Well, sometimes you set out for something, but you meet something interesting along the way. That's what's happening. I think we should taste one of
Taste
these.
one.
It's nice and busy. Huh?
So let's break it. Okay.
Ah. So a good kodupale should be a little kadak on the outside, soft inside.
Yeah.
And that's because the rice mix is cooked.
Rice is cooked
Huh.
and there's curd added into it.
The curd that's added to this. So in this, I guess the hitkit bele makes more sense because you're probably crushing that hitkit bele into the rice.
So it should be softer inside. So hitkit bele is better.
It almost crunches like a murukku, but on the inside, it's quite soft, quite gummy,
Gummy,
in its
yes.
texture.
Yes.
I can also taste somewhere some.
Ajwan.
There's some oma in that.
Yes.
Idrottige chutney kitni enella.
No. We
I
don't
remember
do-
meeting her 3 years ago
I don't.
when I did my first Avarebele Mela, and I asked her, I said, "There's no chutney." She said, "We haven't figured out an Avarebele chutney yet."
Yes.
So that
not
research
yet.
is still on.
It's still on. It's still on.
But I thought by now you would have figured out.
Not really. We should. Maybe by next time, I promise you.
I
we
think
will
that's a
figure out.
strategy. They don't want you to waste your appetite on the chutney. They want you to taste the main act. What is this?
This is crispy bean.
It looks like a tempura of sort, like a Japanese tempura.
Yes, the new invention this year.
So how do you decide every year?
So we do some R&D
Huh.
basically, and we come out with 1 or 2 dishes.
Huh.
And the best among them, like we give it to people to taste. The customers who regularly come to visit our store. So we give it to them, and then we take some feedbacks, and then we come up.
So this almost looks like a Japanese tempura, and you can see the beans are actually studded within that. In fact, that crisp covering is almost translucent, revealing the beans that are suspended almost within it. Is that chili powder, huh?
Chili, salt, and some chaat masala.
You know, I feel snacks like these. ನಾವು ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು ಪಾಪ್ಕಾರ್ನ್ ತಿಂತೇವೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಈ ಥರ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅವರೆಬೇಳೆ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಪಿ ಬೀನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಗಡಿ Well, there's some busy the avarebele masala vade happening. I can see that masala vade almost glistening away. You can see some of that steam escape from that masala vade. There's plenty of greens within that. I can see some strands of the dill, some coriander.
Yes, and pudina as well. And there's onion and garlic.
I think what's nice here is because you double fry it, so it's got a nice crunchy sort of a bite. And on the inside, it's quite soft.
Yes. That's the idea of doing that. So outside it is crunchy and inside it is soft.
You know, to me, the avarebele is a very versatile ingredient. It's not an ingredient which wants to scream its presence from the rooftop. It's happy just lending itself, lending its weight, lending its texture, lending its very mild flavors to the other ingredients in the mix. And that's the role that the bele plays in this masala vade. So out here, it's more the vivacious freshness of the greens that I'm tasting a lot more.
Than the avarebele.
than the avarebele. The avarebele just registers in a very soft sort of a bite. This is a pre-opening of the AVAREBELE MELA.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the formal launch and I'm going to be returning in the morning. But Swati and her family and everybody out here has been kind enough to organize a preview of sorts, allowing us to come here and experience
Yeah.
what's in store for us. So when she sent me the invite, along with the invite, she also sent a basket of Avarekai
Yes.
Right?
Directly from Magadi.
directly from Magadi. So I was lucky enough that the wife at home took a fancy to it and prepared a nice hitkidbele saru.
Oh, amazing. So it's avarebele at home and everywhere.
Absolutely. So even before tasting the avarebele here, I've already made the debut with some avarebele saru, hitkidbele saru and some anna.
Oh, amazing.
At
That's
home.
the best combination.
That's the best combination. All that you need is a bit of uppinkai with that.
Yeah, that's it. It's sorted.
I don't want to let go of this masala vade. Where are we going next?
Avarekai dosae.
Well, bisi hitkidbele dosae with some saru.
Hitkin bele saru.
Hitkidbele saru. Well, this is certainly a dosae that has a bit of heft because it's studded with a ton of the hitkidbele. There's also plenty of onions in there, some greens as well, some coriander.
Coriander. Yeah.
Fantastic. And this is like an uttappam basically.
Howdu.
Many of these dishes are probably dishes that go back. These are probably dishes that you ate at home when your mom used to cook for
she
you.
used to cook. She even does now.
Huh.
But we don't eat at home. So because we eat it every time at the store.
Huh.
So she makes it at home. She used to make it when we were kids too.
Huh.
So that's like a tradition carried.
So if there is a favorite avarebele dish of yours, what is that?
The hitkidbele sambar.
Ah, the hitkidbele sambar. This is also a dosa that's very soft.
So I dip it in the sambar and then eat.
And you know me, I want to taste that dosa first, bari by itself.
Yes.
You know, this was a dosa that I distinctly remember falling in love with 3 years ago too, when I first tasted it. What I love here is of course, the flavors that come from the onions, because the onions have been roasted. So that part of the onion which has kissed the tawa is almost caramelized. There's a certain hint of sweetness in that. And then the other onion which is on the inside is a little translucent, has that savory crunch. In the midst of all that, you have the hitkidbele.
Correct. And with the sambar, when you dip it in, I don't know if you can taste. What we do is we put that whole onion in the stove what we have. So once it is roasted, that is taken out, and with that the small onions, that is shallots, that is also added to the sambar.
So first the onions are roasted on the fire and then they are added into that saru.
Saru, yes.
Fantastic. You know what I also like here is the slightly toasty edge that you taste in that crust of that dosa. Salva kara ide. There's a bit of the red chili heat that
Red
I'm
chili,
tasting
yes.
right away in that.
Yes, and there is gus also, the poppy seeds.
Oh, really?
paste. Yeah.
So that gives it a bit of thickness.
Thickness, yeah.
Fantastic. I think some dosa now with the hitkidbele sambar, saru. The dosa is quite mild, quite gentle, quite papa. But that saru is almost like a rowdy with its chili heat. Good contrast of flavors that you're tasting here in the dosa and that saru. The hitkidbele saru. Very good. So I think out here, you may probably not be able to finish the dish right at the stall, but it's okay. Walk with the dish, look around, see what else catches your fancy, and make a beeline for that counter.
So what happens is you eat and then you walk around, by then you make some more space so that you can taste another dish.
So also this time around, I think it's a much larger venue.
Yeah.
The counters too are spaced all over the place.
More or less, I want people to spend more time here So when they come with the family, so they should have a good time. That's the whole agenda basically.
Of course, the last time around was a much smaller venue, so I think the counters were a little cramped. But I'm told this time around they have twice the amount of space. So in addition to the food, there's also plenty of other stalls where you can actually come and make a day-long outing of it.
Yes, definitely. We have space for kids also. Like family coming with kids, they can leave the kids in the play area and enjoy the food. So there is other ways also, like people who wants to shop something. So they're shopping stalls also. So it's like a festival, like a carnival, things like that. So people can enjoy and have a good day, a day out probably.
So Bunny, Uta Madi, Maja Madi. Where next? This dosae is a little difficult to let go of. You know, the dosae is quite spongy. So when you dip it into the saru and you let it sit in that for a bit longer, that saru gets into every pore of that dosae.
Dosae, yeah.
And when you place it in your mouth, the dosae very quickly unburdens itself of all the flavors, of all the rasa.
Rasa, rasa of the saru, correct.
Rasa of the saru, the hitkbele saru. Well, I've had many an Avarebele creation, but never an Avarebele chaat.
Yeah.
So what makes the Avarebele chaat here?
So one is Avarebele nippat masala.
So nippatalli.
Nippatalli. One is Avarebele masala. I think you should try the Avarebele masala.
Avarebele masala. So adralli ಏನೇನು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ?
So avrekadu, that is that fried Avarebele beans. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಸಾಲ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Fantastic. ಮಾಡೋಣ one plate. So there's some carrots, some onions, some coriander and the Avarebele mixture. Some ಉಪ್ಪು, ಅದೇನು? ಜೀರವ. ಗರಂ ಮಸಾಲ. ಇದೇನು tamarind ಚಟ್ನಿ?
Tamarind chutney, meetha.
ಮೀಠಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಖಾರ. Some tomatoes and some mandakki, some churmuri. And that is the
Avarebele masala.
Avarebele masala. So well, this Avarebele mixture is available year round.
Year round, yes, 365 days.
So now that you've got this recipe, you can also make it at
home.
So this is the Avarebele masala.
So it's like an evening chaat. Yeah, normally it's the bel puri, similar to the bel puri with hitkit bele.
This of course you have the soft crunch of the mandakki, the churmuri, but then you're also biting into that katum kutum of the Avarebele mixture, and somewhere in that the juicy pulpiness of the tomato and the savory crunch of the onion.
So there is another masala. This is like the churmuri version. There's another masala where I don't know if you've had that hesaru-bele masala. Similar to that, without the mandakki, they do it only with this avarekai.
They're very nice. What's also nice here is the balance between the sweet chutney and also the khara chutney. So there's a bit of sweetness that you're tasting somewhere. So you have a bit of that earthy sweetness of the bella and then the spicy hit of the green chili in that khara chutney. Khara chutney khara ide.
ಖಾರ ಇದೆ ಹೌದು.
ಸುಮಾರು ಖಾರ ಇದೆ.
ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಂಗ್ಳೂರು ಹಸಿ ಮೆಣಸಿನಕಾಯಿ.
Quite tasty though. So delicious play of textures and flavors on the palate. Namaskara.
That's my friend Archana.
What are you eating?
I'm eating Avarekai jamun.
My God, ಅದು ಜಾಮೂನ್ ಅದು ರಾಗಿ ಮುದ್ದೆ ಸೈಜ್ ಇದೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಜಾಮೂನ್ ಅದು. I thought you were eating ಮುದ್ದೆ ಸಾರು.
It's jamun and it's really very good.
Really?
Yeah, you should try.
Well, you know me, when you get a recommendation, never say no.
Yes, yes.
So where is the jamun?
ಅವರೆಕಾಳು ಮಕ್ಕನ್ ಪೇಡ ಅದು.
That is the makkan peda, not the jamun. But I think next we're going to try the Avarebele ice cream.
The makkan peda. I'll get you a spoon.
Well, that's a makkan peda that we have here. I think this spoon will do. Okay, we make doing with an ice cream spoon. So this is almost like a jamun. In fact, I have an episode on the very famous Chettiar Makkan Peda that I tasted in Arcot. So if you haven't caught it yet on our channel, do look it up. But this is their version of the Makkan Peda, but this one is studded with some
Hitkin bele.
There are some nuts, there's some cardamom, etc. But there's also the hitkin bele that is gleaming, that's glistening from within, that makkan peda. It's a very different texture. This is an interesting take on the makkan peda. Of course, if you have that traditional makkan peda in mind, this may be a little
Off.
away from that style, but makes for a tasty mithai nonetheless. For somebody who loves the Avarebele.
Yes.
So this ice cream has a tint of light green.
Yes. That is because of the Hitkin bele.
So it almost looks like a pistachio ice cream in its color.
It doesn't taste like pistachio at all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's got a mild vegetal sort of a note.
Yes.
Like for example, the flavor that I taste in your chikki, but at a much lighter level.
Correct. Yes. Milk and the bele. The boiled beans with milk.
You know, when the Raitru was talking about the sogudu, I
you
can
taste
taste a
that?
bit of that earthiness.
When you finish eating
That's
the
right.
ice cream.
When that ice cream has slithered down the throat, there's a vapor,
Yes.
the
Correct.
scent of the sogudu, of the wet earth that you're actually tasting in this ice cream.
Yes. I'm glad you can taste that too.
Huh? So when they first told me they had an Avarebele ice cream, I thought it'd be a little gimmicky. But to be honest, this ice cream is the closest representation in terms of its flavor and the aroma to the raw Avarekai that I held in my hand. Don't you think so?
Amazing. Amazingly put it into words. I would not be able to explain that. Yeah.
So everything that you make here is all
Self-made.
Self-made.
It's not outsourced or anything. It's all our laborers, my chefs, everybody together who does this.
I'm also biting into some of the the hitkin bele.
Hitkin bele. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's not just the smoothness of the ice cream, there's also a bit of the hitkin bele that's in there.
That the fried bele is roasted and grinded and put it in.
Fantastic. So of course today is the preview and tomorrow is the launch. So tomorrow morning I'm going to be here during the launch of the 24th edition of the AVAREBELE MELA, presenting the Magadi Avarekai by Shree Vasavi Condiments. I'm looking forward to enjoying the atmosphere here. But I thought for the purpose of this video and to make this quick announcement to you, I thought we should film some of the food
Yeah.
at this preview. And I think we've tasted all that we could taste. We're going to probably make a close with the Avarebele chikki. Huh? So this is the peanuts and the
Avarebele.
Avarebele.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Crispy, crunchy.
Very crunchy, a good mix of the peanuts and the Avarebele. I think this was also my favorite the last time around.
Yes. This one and the vada.
And the vada, but today I found a new favorite, actually two new favorites. That dosae definitely and also that ice cream.
Okay.
The ice cream is for those who appreciate very subtle flavors. So well, I think on that note, it's time to say goodbye here at the 24th Avarebele Mela. The Mela runs from
5th of January till 9th of January from morning 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. in National College Ground, Baswantpuri.
and there's a lot of work that's gone in to make sure that the Mela runs as smooth as possible.
Yes.
So if you want to taste something delicious and also an initiative that will support the farmers of Karnataka, definitely find your way here to the Avarebele Mela at National College Grounds in Baswantpuri. I hope you've enjoyed this quick walkthrough episode. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong, and happy eating!
Yes.
If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page. You could pledge a nominal sum and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As and a lot more. You could support us on a Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and leave a comment below. Happy eating!